Bluetooth up. This transmitter never seems to want to work. Sort of a pain in the balls. Welcome everybody for jumping on here. I appreciate it. Man, it's hard to tell if all that noise up there is deer or what. Challenge I have is I'm pretty much deaf in my left ear. Anyway. We're set up pretty close to the same spot I tried to take that velvet buck in last weekend. We've got great bedding down here. We're kind of in a, set up in a nice big U-shaped bowl. I wouldn't necessarily call it a draw, because it's 400 or 500 yards in probably circumference. But it's real gradual and it goes down towards the lake. These deer come off of a ridge over here and then come up this side, kind of curve around this top and drop in here for bed. A lot of deer out on the way down here. They're all over the place on the road. Pretty much a full moon last night. A lot of activity going on this morning, so I think it's going to be a fire. This is Murica. We're going to do it live today. Kick, you funny looking, bro. You look like you sniffed too much glue as a kid. Thanks, Herman. Just remember, guys, you want to see more live deer hunting action from the stand. Hit the sub button. Smash it. smoke one. Christian, we just had the lights come on a couple minutes ago. Haven't seen any yet here in the stand. I saw quite a few driving in. Every guy that goes live from a tree stand, there's got to be 7,000 comments about, look behind you, look behind you. There's one behind you. Yeah, you got me. You got me, Jono. What you're forgetting is while I'm reading the comments, I can see everything behind me. I'm whispering because deer don't like when you talk real loud, you know. everybody, and then I thought I had a deer coming down off the ridge, but I don't think so. I hope those deer do have 30-06s, man. Yeah, we're hunting whitetail. Viking, thank you. Well, that's the first blue jay I've heard so far today. Every time you hear a blue jay, guess what happens? Here come the deer. He's up the hill here, just off to my left. That's got a 65-pound draw weight on it. Yeah. Josh, why don't you just make your name Josh so I know it's you? By the way, when are you getting out? I've been seeing some monsters. We're gonna set up on a really big buck tonight. Hopefully see him again. I got some decent video from him Thursday night. I've been hunting him with the recurve for the last, I don't know, a couple times I was down. Finally I said, you know what, I keep seeing him at 40, 50 yards. I better just take the compound bow, so I'm hunting with the compound. Yeah. All that crackling is the acorns falling. It's how ridiculous it is in here. I set up here on an evening on the first evening of the season, so 8 days ago. And out of this bedding, I had over 40 deer come out of this bedding right along this ridge and work up to the acorns, and now hopefully they're going to be coming back. But so far it's a weird morning. I expected to have deer in here a half hour ago. But it was super hot yesterday, super hot on Saturday. They could have been out feeding all night long last night because it did dip down into the 50s, so maybe they're just getting a good full belly before they head back. And maybe they won't come in this way. Maybe they'll stop down at the reservoir and then come up through. I don't know. And if that's the case, I'm on the leading edge of it, so it's going to be hard to get a shot. But they will pile out of here at night. I am in Maryland. Mad Monk, yes, we sure do process the deer. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think too many people hunt this, Josh. Um, I'm only 100 yards off the road. Most people, they park at the parking lot and walk right past us. I know there's 3 deer behind me. You're the 97th person to tell me that in 15 minutes. It is. They come right around this in a big loop as they're coming in. Like I said, I tried to get in here on the first day in the evening, and I came in from the top because the wind was different, but I came in from the top. And as I broke down over the hill, all I could see was deer feeding right in here and then going back into the bedding. But today, the wind is a little different. I accessed from behind me. Mad Mac, we're going to do it live here this morning if it works out. We're going to show you the shot and everything. Now, there's zero wind. I mean, it's, other than all the acorns falling and the squirrels bouncing around, there's zero noise. Yeah, pick them lights up. Basically blowing right up to where I came in from. Again, we're expecting deer to come this way from down here, so it's a slightly off wind. It's perfect. It's a half rack. It's got 4 on one side, and on the other side it's got a broken pedestal where the main beam kind of comes down, and it's got a split on the one side in velvet. Yeah, you know, one of the most important things I kind of like to explain to people or try to preach is the setup. Even as specifically as the tree. When I entered in today, I'm basically set up at 6 o'clock on the tree that I climbed. And you can see where I've got my platform. Well, I've got my stick over here. And the reason I do that is because I expect the deer to come in off my strong side. Now, can I shoot behind me? Absolutely. You know, that's easy too. Just but what I'm primarily focused on is where that action's going to be on my strong side. Bro, Sergio, I think you read too many romance novels, man. That's why bow hunting, I think, is the ultimate challenge. It will teach you everything you need to know about life. It will teach you patience. It will teach you how to have a strong work ethic, dedication, persistence. It is all of those things. Hunting deer. Samara, hey, thank you. I know a lot of you folks, you only jump on and watch the live streams, right? But this week, my wife's taking a little mini vacation down to Florida, visit a friend. So I'll spend a little bit more time at the house. I'll shoot from the house a little bit more. I won't do any hunting after Tuesday evening, tomorrow evening. And then I'll have plenty of time to get caught up. I got about 5 or 6 long format videos we need to make about the first week. Small water, what's up? Kingsley, this is all about doing some deer hunting. Hear it. And we had a run-in with a rather large copperhead in the dark this morning. I leave the parking lot. I start blazing a trail down into the woods. I'm only going to go like 150 yards. But I get in about 20 yards, and the wind's blowing right in my face. And it smells like somebody took a blender and just ground up 700 cucumbers. And I'm like, whoa, Daddy, I better slow down. I look down about 8 feet in front of me. I actually turned the light on, I turned the white light on instead of the red light. 8 or 9 feet in front of me, I got a copperhead laying. I would have stepped probably right over him or right on him. It's not stink bugs, bro. Normally that's what I would have thought. I don't know what the heck happened there. Man, I wanted to tell Alex it didn't matter how loud I'm talking. I'm just whispering. And I got a microphone that'll pick up a squirrel from 100 yards away. I had a nice buck bedded 16 yards from me the other day, and I was talking the whole time. He was just laying there chewing his gut. They won't hear me. I'll see them and hear them long before they can hear me. fishing girl, what's up? I got up at 10 minutes after 3, drove an hour and 40 minutes just to be in a tree by 5:15. Oh shit. False alarm. No, I'm in Maryland. Morning, Brady. Yeah, let's get after it. No, PA don't start yet. I thought we had one coming in a minute ago, but it's... Every once in a while you'll catch a glimpse of a squirrel and it'll look like a deer tail wig. You know, just like, what was that? I realistically have today, all day today, and tomorrow evening in Maryland. Then I'll be spending the next couple days at home doing some video editing, taking care of the kiddo. Wife's going out of town a little bit. Hunting season hasn't started in PA yet. It starts October 5th or 6th. What day's Saturday? Back mountain, what saddle setup are you running? I can't believe we keep losing the connection. That's not a me thing. I've got 4 bars of service here. I like the trophy line platforms. Unfortunately, I gave Alfred my EDP. Yeah, I'm rocking the Latitude, what do they call this thing, the X-Wing or whatever. Fishing girl, you need to go take a drink. You're sounding thirsty. River M, where you at? Morning, Eric. You know you're alright in my book, fishing girl. Nah, Alfred, I'm right up the hill from where I sat the first evening with that velvet buck. I'm just on the edge of that bedding, hoping something comes off of that top down into that gully and up around this corner. Does your spot have pine trees, bro? Yeah, fuck city boys. River M, you should start alive. I mean, do you go live other times other than in the woods? Yes, a good spot. Definitely whitetail. Man, I was hoping to spank one live today, so I didn't have to worry about trying to do it tonight. I'm I'm going back in after those big bucks tonight. Yeah, jump off here, do your own live, man. See what people are up to. Amos, I'm in Maryland right now. City, yeah. I haven't seen anything except for a bunch of squirrels so far. Yeah, there's deer behind me. Thank you, Amos. Man, I want to smoke something. You never had squirrel before. Man, the best way to do that, throw it in a Dutch oven, 275 degrees for about 6 hours till it's like fall off the bone. A couple of really good recipes out there, but braise it. You gotta braise it because they're a little tough if you don't. Man, everybody wants to see the bow today. Well, I guess you get to see it. You know, one of the coolest things I think I've ever eaten was alligator bites. Hayden, what's up, son? How are you? John hunting for big old bucks down here in Maryland. Big old whitetail bucks. Some bear. Dude, I think the Excalibur is like probably one of the coolest. I am getting so sick of being disconnected. Great water, thank you. About to wax a squirrel here. What do I know about Islam? I know how to spell it. That's it. Thanks, Chris. Fishing girl, you still on here? Thanks, Jack. Andy Brown, what's going on? Andy Brown, the moderating maniac. Eldon Grove. No. I am not supposed to be at work. We don't do silly things like work. Alright, man, take care. Jordan, thank you. Katana. It's in the woods in Maryland. Hey, Greg. I appreciate your input, but that's exactly why we have a YouTube channel. Because there's a lot of folks out there that push bad information. I don't know if you can see, but I've got a big old tree behind me with plenty of cover at the rear, right? It's called blocking. Alright, and then behind me, I have a road about 100 yards behind me. I came in from that direction, Greg. And what I'm doing is I'm set up watching a bottom down here. I can see everything for about 100 yards if I'm looking real good. There's really no way anything's gonna see me up in this canopy. I'd venture to say I've shot more deer in the last 6 years than you have in your entire life, but I don't know. It would just be a guess. And I guess I'm talking too loud because I have a microphone right at my face. The challenge is I was talking just as loud the other day when I had a buck bed at 16 yards away from me for an hour on live. The difference between me and everybody else is I'm not going to let the deer sneak up underneath me and then all of a sudden I move and they spook. I will usually pick up deer with the binoculars, either by hearing them out of my good ear or seeing them through a tiny hole when they're 100 yards out or further. And that's early season. Once the leaves come off, yeah, I gotta be a little bit more cautious about my movement. Brantley, yeah, good stuff. Greg, I'll take you hunting anytime, man. I'll show you some stuff you wouldn't believe. said, I would I would venture to say that most guys that talk all this stuff about you can't move, you can't do this, they listen to too much baloney, either on social media or the internet. I, you can still hunt through the woods with the wind in your face and pick deer up while they're standing there and then stop all the time. All they are is big rabbits. Caden, we're in Maryland. Morning, Gertrude. What's going on? Glad to have everybody on. Just remember, if you want to see more outdoor content, specifically bow hunting, traditional archery, hit the sub button. Yeah, Maryland. Okay. That's why we have a channel. That's right. Stuff you can't believe. Grayson, take care, my man. I'm probably gonna go too. I keep getting disconnected. It's driving me nuts. Greg, I've done a live stream about 6 times since the season opener last week. Um, they're all like an hour, hour and a half long. You can go back and you can watch them all. I have multiple deer and shot opportunities, several bucks, several does, all within 15 or 20 yards of the tree stand. You can go back and watch them all. I've been live streaming the whole time. So, like I said, I will show you things you don't even believe is possible. If there's no deer here, I can move all I want. Like I told you, I'll see them long before they get to me. If you're gonna self-film, if you're gonna do all that stuff, you gotta learn how to get away with stuff. It's been a long, grueling 3 or 4 year process. Will I eventually get busted? Yeah, probably. But when I'm seeing deer 90% of the time I climb a tree, I can afford to get busted 1 out of 10 times. I don't care. Bean, happy birthday. Masalo. Sorry, man. I'm leaving here soon. 2 reasons: I keep getting booted off the live, and, well, I don't think any deer are coming into this bedding area this morning. Back Mountain Outdoors, dude. The number one thing I could think of is climb high, hunt from a saddle, get 35 feet up. You can get away with almost anything at 35 feet in the air. With that said, though, practice your high angle shots, because you're going to end up with a lot of deer right under your tree. Am I 35 feet up right now? No, I'm only 25 feet up. But I've got this ridge behind me going directly up to a road, and then it drops off real steep, so anything coming up, it's not going to side hill me. Nothing's coming in from behind me. Skippity toilet. Glad to have everybody on. Josh, we are going to go on a bear here. I think they might finally be coming in. Polska. If I had a beer right now, I'd be drinking it. Let's go make a BWERRUN beer run. You know, I'm going to tell you the worst part about hunting. The absolute worst part about hunting is when you gotta hunt on a Monday, because Monday's your day off work. There's a pizza shop down here. It's got the best pizza I think I've ever eaten. It's called the Woodfire Kitchen.